Hello, Kurt Jackson, Retirement Income Strategist with KJ Financial, here with another thought about your retirement. It seems that many of the traditional models of retirement and a lot of the media are pushing the idea that spending will fall for you later in retirement. Do you think that'll be the case? Let's look a little deeper into it. The thinking is that as you get older, you won't do as much traveling or going out or doing much of anything. Look, I'm not saying that isn't true. That's likely to happen. But is that all you're spending your money on in retirement? Let's first address inflation. You know how things tend to cost more each year. If you started retirement and let's say $50,000, and that's how much you were making, and that's assumed that that paid for everything that you wanted to do early in retirement, but inflation was just 4%. In 18 years, what you were paying $50,000 for will cost you $100,000. Does that sound like you'll be spending less in retirement? No, that's not all. Do you think you'd be spending more on healthcare early in retirement or later in retirement? Stats show that the cost of healthcare tends to skyrocket late in retirement, and that makes sense too. If we combine that thought with the estimates that a married couple age 65 today will spend $220,000 on their out-of-pocket healthcare costs in retirement, combined with the thinking that costs are most late in retirement, and then we tack on inflation to adjusted costs to live, that makes those adjusted costs to live much higher. Does that sound like you're going to be spending less later in retirement? Now, before you answer that, all right, I know I apologize for piling on, but this is the reality of the situation. All right, keep in mind that $220,000 figure for out-of-pocket healthcare costs does not include the cost involved if you needed long-term care. And if you make it to age 65, statistics show that there's a 70% chance you're going to need some form of specialized care, which would be over and above that $220,000 figure. Right? Does that all sound like your spending will be less later in retirement? What would it do to you, your spouse, and your kids if you planned on spending less later in retirement and then needed more expensive care? Do you want your care to be under the control of the government through their Medicaid program, where you lose all control over where your care is handled? Do you want that responsibility to fall upon your kids? Would it be smarter to make sure that you have enough money available and not need it than to need it and not have it? Would it make it an easier decision if you knew you had the money but didn't need it? Then the money would pass on to your loved ones, maybe even tax-free. Okay? If your current retirement plan wasn't going to provide you with enough money for these possibilities, wouldn't you want to know about it right now when you can do the most to fix that shortfall? If this is something you'd like to know more about, then click on the link and you'll be taken to a site where you can access some of the information that you're going to want to see on this. All right. And if you're watching this on YouTube or on our blog, then contact us at the information here on the next to the screen, and we'll send you the link to that information. Hey, don't wait too long. Right? If you don't have enough money, then you want to know now about it. You want to know about it right now, right? So you can make those in-flight adjustments to make sure that you do have it later. All right. Hey, I hope you have a great day and an even better retirement. Thanks for stopping by.